Okay,
Probably not enough room.
yeah. So we'll say the meeting has begun. Um, Let's see. Jim, do you have anything you want to contribute at this point? And we can approve the minutes. I think they were really good last time from Ben.
Yep.
And the agenda is below. Is there anything additional? Okay. So this probably won't be a real long meeting. The first thing at number 4 is an update on the municipal energy resilience program. We are still waiting for the assessments on the 3 buildings. I did email Madison, and she said she'd try to check it out, but hasn't gotten back to me. So basically, that's a waiting game at this point. Update on EV chargers is a little bit more interesting. Ian has been in contact with some property owners and also with Norwich and with Green Mountain Power. And after he and I and some folks from Renewable Energy Vermont walked through the town, we came up with some kind of maybe preferred spaces. And what it has boiled down to subsequently with the conversations that Ian has had is that really only 2 make any sense for level 3 chargers. One is kind of behind alongside really the old Mountain Green Market in that parking lot. And he's been in touch with Wells, who apparently is very open to the idea. The other one is along the line of trees and bushes. If you're looking at the front of Cubbers, it would be those parking spaces to the left of Cubbers in the parking lot. And Ian has been talking to the landowner, the manager, about that, and there is interest. And it looks like the way this thing might shake out, Ian has been told that basically right now the state of Vermont wants to try to fill in gaps, and we definitely represent a gap. And so he has a feeling that Bristol might be we're definitely in the running for level 3 chargers. And the deal that might work out might end up being one in which the town would pay nothing.
Yeah.
And we would have at least 4 level 3 chargers in a location that one of which might be really central, one of which, the one by Mountain Green, will mean we'll need to put up some signage for people to get to it and then walking to get to just across the parking lot and check on lighting and things like that. But this sounds pretty encouraging. And they would also, it would also be maintained, not by the town. And so that's a big factor, to have somebody who's going to be monitoring this thing. So the level 3s actually have gone from being kind of remote possibilities to being more possible. And it sounds like it's progressing. The level 2s, we're trying to decide if we get level 3s. The town's trying to decide if it makes sense to even go ahead with the level 2s. I could see a benefit to that along the park on the far side, in case there are any apartment owners who end up with a plug-in hybrid or an EV, that they could charge there, even charge at night. But I think that remains to be seen. If we get the level threes, then that discussion will have to begin. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Do you have any thoughts on it?
Well, I really like the idea of the level threes. That sounds great. And the location back there behind the old Mountain Greens, that would be out of sight and everything for most people. That's kind of nice. But also right close by would be in sight, so people could find it easily. So I like this, and the whole idea, yeah, all not having maintenance by the town and maybe no cost to town, it's fantastic.
I have a few, oh, sorry, Sally, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't know if you were done. I have a couple questions. One is, Richard, when you say there are these two locations, are you saying that we have to pick one or that we could split them up?
I think it would be pick one. Because
Okay.
there's significant infrastructure costs.
Right, right.
And in neither case is the three-phase capacity there, so we'll have to be trenched in or something.
Yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
guessing that, yeah.
And I, I think either location, to my mind, would work out fine because most people, including myself, either have apps or your car has a search thing that says that there's a three-phase, I'm sorry, a level 3 charger in Bristol, approximately this location, and you'll find it. So even if it's not visible, I wouldn't think it would be. I think either one would work. But the last comment I wanted to make is, as I understand it, I went to I forget what town this was, but there was a representative of the town, of a town in Vermont that did chargers, and they said that there was a fee every year that had to be paid to charge point or whoever it was, whoever there is. And like that.
You're breaking up a little bit, but I think you were.
With the town pay back.
I think you were talking about the level, particularly the level twos. If the town were to supply them, the town would be assessed a fee every year for each port. Under the level 3 arrangement, I don't think that would be the case. I think it would be administered entirely outside of the town's hands.
Oh, okay.
But, we'll know more as we get closer to this thing. But I know it's true, there is a per year fee per port for level 2s if you're going with charge point or one of those charging companies. The one thing that's kind of interesting, there's kind of a dark horse, and that's Tesla, which is working really hard to make their system available to everybody, not just Tesla vehicles. And I think if you get a Tesla app, all you have to do is plug in. So they automatically, you set up an account with them.
Oh, interesting.
The town band just lit off. Little background music. But we'll know more about this as we go forward. Okay. TENS Thermal Energy Networks, Sally, any news?
Okay. Really, not really any news. I mean, I talked with Slim about it for a while because he, has been around town and knows the downtown and, that kind of thing. We had a good long talk
Slim, who is Slim?
Oh, I'm sorry. John Pickens.
Oh, Slim Pickens.
Yeah. It was good to talk, to hear what, because he saw the introduction as well as Jim saw it and others saw it. And I think that my sense is we really see how Middlebury does with it, because we don't really have people who are ready to, jump in, and business owners and that kind of thing. And I think, Middlebury is doing a whole workshop with people who are looking at possibilities and all that. And I think see how that goes, and then use that model if that seems like it works well. But it's, I just think, there aren't enough, like business owners who are ready to jump on it, or building owners that we can see yet. It's just, it's harder to do it here because we don't have, and there are too many people to talk to that we don't have to talk to yet, but I still think it's a good idea in the long term, but I'm just not seeing a way to jump into it right now. I think maybe having more meetings down the road once we find more people to come to a meeting,
I think also there's gonna have to be, it's gonna be a case of who wants to be the first to jump in the pool.
Yeah, right.
On a cold morning.
Right.
And I think business owners particularly,
Yeah,
building owners, are gonna wanna see a clear advantage.
yeah. That's why I feel like we let Middlebury, who's really jumping in and working on it, let them do it. We see how it goes, how it all worked. And then we're like, okay, and those people can even talk, they can come and say, hey, this is what we've done, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then that might interest other businesses, but, so I'm working with the Middlebury working group, so I'm
Good.
kind of staying focused, and they're really jumping in and looking at things, and it's a great process.
Do they have any contractors working with them?
Not yet. It's mainly trying to get, Jared, is covering what they need as far as engineering information and stuff like that, but they're not going to contractors yet. They're not at that point. They're just finding who might be wanting to be a part of a, network.
Does this include Middlebury College?
Middlebury College is invited to, but I don't know if anyone from the college is joining a group. I don't know if anyone from the college, I mean, John Barstow was there, but he's not representing the college or anything like that. They're mainly looking at, Exchange Street as one, the hospital area as another, and the co-op in Shaw's ice rink, that is another area that they're looking at. And, they have enough people in those, enough businesses that there's waste heat and there's people who are interested. We just don't have that yet here. So I think staying focused on their thing and seeing their process and how it goes and who to talk to and all that. And then we see, okay, who here might be interested in that kind of a conversation at some point. I don't think we're ready for that yet. It didn't seem.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it wasn't a good idea. It is a good idea.
Go ahead.
Sally?
Yes, David?
Question. Are you going to these Middlebury meetings? Or
yes.
How will we know how they go? And oh, you are. Oh, okay, great. Thank you for doing that.
Sure.
If you want and you have a schedule of these various meetings, maybe you could just let our committee know when they are, and if other people might want to join you. Like I might be interested in doing that, just joining you for the meeting and just listening in on. Yeah, so just if you can let us know, that'd be great.
That's great, David. I think it probably would be, I don't know if they'd want the whole energy committee to show up at one of their workshops, but.
Oh, is that right?
Okay. A few of us. I think a few of us would be great.
I don't think the whole committee.
Okay, yeah.
But I think,
Well,
yeah, David, I'll definitely tell you about it, David, and if someone else really wanted to come, I think definitely. It's a
okay,
good way for everyone to learn.
yeah.
I can
thank you.
check, I'll check with Debbie and Jared and see what they think about,
Do they meet in a room big enough?
yeah,
Yeah, that might be,
Yeah,
oftentimes
great.
that's the answer, you know?
yeah, really,
Yeah.
that sounds great. Maybe the whole, yeah, sure, maybe the whole committee can come. And maybe other people too, who knows?
So David, I see, or Carl, I see you've joined us. Um, Have you had any kind of conversations regarding the high school and geothermal?
No, not at this point.
Okay,
Yeah, just gotta carve out the time.
okay. So that takes us down to the bylaws, and what I'd like to suggest is that we put them off till next meeting and try to get as many people here as possible. I think it's gonna be hard to talk about them without the pieces of paper in front of us and kind of going through them, rather than trying to do it tonight. Does that make sense or not?
So,
Personally,
just to
Go ahead.
make sure I'm understanding, Richard, you're talking about all the members of the Energy Committee in one room together,
Yeah,
face to face. Okay. Yep,
Yeah.
sounds good to me.
I read them and, they sound really good to me.
they were, as you know, patterned after Middlebury,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
No pride of authorship. Well, let's do that as a first agenda item,
Okay.
just so that everybody has input, and then we submit them to the select board.
Does it seem like, people would need to be here or have their own copy with them and be on there? Is it better to be all right in the same room, right?
I feel more comfortable if
Okay.
we're here, but if,
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
obviously if somebody can't have your copy in front of you and
Yeah.
you can contribute. Probably be hard if you're driving. Put it on the windshield.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes.
I gotta agree
Try
with
not
you,
to be
Richard, that it sometimes, and it's happening right now, voices tend to overlap each other via Zoom, and not everyone is necessarily heard. And I totally agree, it'd be awesome if we could all be in the same room.
Mhm. Great.
But I think it was something that Ian suggested we do. And I think it makes a lot of sense going forward. And that $200,000 budget item that we want to include with it, we probably ought to be in the room discussing that. Our energy committee budget,
Are you kidding?
yes.
That's good.
You have a chance of getting struck by lightning. Call, disregard my email on here. I sent an email back. Couldn't find it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we had our usual enjoying time getting everything to work, but between particularly Jim's help, we got it done.
The Energy Committee could not function without Jim Q.
I think so.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, actually,
You probably function better without me.
no,
No.
actually not. And I think you probably have more town knowledge because you
Yeah.
attend just about everything.
Just about.
Yeah, that's
I've
cool.
been here forever too.
Yeah, that's good. You're a tremendous resource.
I try to keep up on all of them. Nobody attends any of the meetings,
I know.
even the select board meetings. There was a bunch of people in this past week because they had an agenda. And as soon as that was over, they got it.
Mhm.
So people don't realize what's going on in town.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep. Okay, so I think that probably is our meeting for tonight, unless there are any other things you want to bring up.
Yeah, so the only thing I wanted to bring up was just to remind everybody, so that VCAN meeting is, like I said, is June 1st, Vermont Law School, 9 to 2. it looks like the woman who's the keynote speaker is the executive director of Vermont Sustainable Jobs Fund. And then it looks like they're going to, have town energy committee success stories, different conversations and stuff. So I was thinking about registering, and if anybody is interested, I'm happy to drive if you want to carpool.
Sounds great. I will look at that. Do you know what day of the week that is?
Saturday.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay,
Allison.
Great. Yeah, it's good to have one of our, or more of our committee members at these things.
Mhm.
Great. Allison, anything you want to shout out about window dressers?
Yeah, so the Middlebury Rotary Club will be holding, they'll be hosting a community build this season, so we're pretty excited about that. They're gonna be doing that October 24th through the 30th, so I'm sure they would love volunteers if people are available.
Yep.
And then they're having a Weybridge is having a little energy fair on Saturday from 9:30 to 11:30 at the Weybridge School. I'm going to support that and try to get some people signed up, for that community build. And then I also just got invited. There's going to be an Addison County Energy Fair on September 21st in Virgins, in the park in Virgins, and I think it's Carissa. Is she like one of the AmeriCorps people? I think working with Madison. She reached out to me to see if I wanted to table there for window dressers. So I'll be doing that on the 21st of September as well. So yeah, I think that's all I have to share about that. I can email you guys that stuff if you want, so you can have those dates if you want to potentially volunteer for the help the Middlebury folk.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
And
Thanks,
Allison,
Allison.
I've gone to another homes where people have the window dressers and only they love them.
Oh, awesome. That's nice to hear. Thank you.
Allison, did you say that the Weybridge School is where the community build is going to happen for Middlebury?
No. I think that their community build is going to be at the Middlebury Rec Center, like it was before.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the Weybridge thing is a seed swap and
Oh,
energy fair on Saturday.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just. I figured they could use some help, maybe trying to sign some folks up for the community build. So
Yeah, that's
it's only
great.
a couple of hours, easy to get there. So
Well, with the band playing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and also the Bristol Energy Committee might want to be part of Harvest Fest, and that is the 20,
Yeah, for sure we will.
yeah, probably 29th or 28th, so it's the weekend after the Virgins Energy Fair, or Addison County Energy Fair.
They will have to think of some really sexy presentations.
For the Bristol,
Yeah, yeah. Okay. See you all next time. Let's try to come in person with our bylaws copies, and we'll get that out of our hair.
yeah, and
so
have
that's June 9th. Is that June 19th?
My cell phone, how am I alive?
That's what my calendar says.
Okay.
Is it-
Okay.
It's for 19th, so.
Okay. Yeah, it's right on the paper. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, see ya. I think I'm ready to end it.
All
I'll see
right.
you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye now.
Here.
Bye bye.
Thank you.